In this video, we're going to show you Clocktower.Online. This is a tool you can use to play Blood on the Clock Tower online with your friends. You can find games of Blood on the Clock Tower at the unofficial Discord server, and if you haven't joined the unofficial Discord server, click the cogwheel, click here, and click Join Discord. If you're playing on the unofficial Discord server, the storyteller should provide you with a code. Just press J on your keyboard and then type in the code. You can see I've joined the game, and now I'm going to take my seat as Rudolph. Click the name of the person, click claim seat. You can tell that I'm sitting down because there's a little chair icon, and my seat, my token, is glowing. In the middle of the screen, you can see that we're playing Trouble Brewing. There are 8 players alive, 8 votes available, and in an 8-player game, there are 5 townsfolk, 1 outsider, 1 minion, and 1 demon. Any changes you make to your grimoire can only be seen by you. So even though other players may be connected, they can't see any changes that you make to this. Some shortcut keys apart from J that you should be aware of are N for night. This lets you know the night order for the current game on the first night and on other nights. Press N again to make it disappear. R brings up the character reference sheet, and you can scroll up and down to see all the roles in the game. Once again, press R to make the reference sheet go away. G can swap between the grimoire view and this view, and this clearly shows you the dead, who is alive and who has a ghost vote left. In this example, you can see Rudolph has died, but they have a ghost vote, and once they've used their ghost vote, you can see that that goes away. Let's bring Rudolph back to life. Okay. Most people like to use the grimoire view to, 1, click their token and then assign their role during the game, and then click other people's tokens to remind them what they've been told that they are. So maybe Donna has told Rudolph, "I'm the virgin, don't kill me." If somebody's giving you more than 1 role, you can press this little plus sign under the reminder token to add a reminder token and choose custom note to type up what you'd like. So in this example, Prancer has claimed to be the soldier, the mayor, or the slayer. And that's a quick way you can add 3 potential roles for Prancer. If you need to remove a reminder token, just hover over it and click it once more. If you think Vixen is evil, you can add an evil reminder token. And if you think Comet is good, you can add a good reminder token. If you're playing as the demon itself, then at the start of the game, the storyteller will give you some bluffs, and you can use this other characters section to remind yourself what roles are not in the game and are therefore safe for you to bluff as. So for example, maybe Fortune Teller, Soldier, Raven Keeper are not in the game and available to be used as bluffs. Blood on the Clock Tower takes place over multiple nights and multiple days. During the night time, some roles will activate and the evil team will try to kill 1 person. During the daytime, the players will disperse. They may or may not have private chats with each other, and then eventually they will be brought back to the town square and nominations will open. You can nominate somebody by saying your name, nominates, and then the target's name. So in this example, you might tell the storyteller, Rudolph nominates Vixen. Once the storyteller hears that, they will enable that in the tool, and you should see some clock hands appear. The blue clock hand is the person who's nominating, and the red clock hand is the person who is being nominated. The storyteller will give time for both the accuser and the person who's being nominated to accuse and give their reasons for and against being executed. It tells you in the middle of the screen, 0 votes are currently in favor and the majority is for. A majority is required for that person to be executed. The time between per player is shown here. So the storyteller may bring that down to be faster or slower, depending on what they decide. You need to put your hand up like this, actually clicking on hand up to ensure that your vote is counted. And you need to do this by the time the red clock hand passes you. If you're not sitting down, let's pretend and vacate the seat, you'll note that there is no prompt to put your hand up. So make sure that you're sitting down in your seat like so, and you will be able to see hand up or hand down and click hand up to put your hand up. You can see this is an example of the red clock hand moving around and counting or not counting hands up in the air. So Vixen did not get the majority required. So Vixen is safe for today. In this example, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen have voted for Vixen. So 4 votes is enough, so Vixen will be on the chopping block. That doesn't mean that Vixen will immediately be executed. So the storyteller will then allow other people or other nominations to be made. So in that example, Vixen may nominate Donner, for example. So if Donner gets the same amount of votes, if the votes tie, then nobody will be executed. But if there are more votes than the previous votes, then now Donner is on the chopping block and Vixen is safe. Each player can only nominate once per day and only be nominated once per day. Once the storyteller has decided we're probably not going to get more votes than this, then a player is then executed. So in this example, Donner is executed. And you can see there's a little black shroud hovering over Donner. And now you can see there's a ghost vote token. Once you're dead in the game, you can only vote once for the rest of the game. And once you spend your ghost vote, that will be taken away by the storyteller, like so. And you can see there is no more little tick there. Once the game is over, you can just close your browser, but you may want to click the cogwheel and click on leave session, click OK, and you may also want to click characters and remove all. Then click players and remove all. This will prevent any old information from the previous game carry over to the next game. So another feature of the new grimoire tool is that you can click this nomination history to show you the voting patterns. So this keeps a log of who voted for whom and how many hands were up and who had their hand up at the time. This is going to make it much easier for roles like the Flower Girl or the Town Crier.